Welcome back to the web development series. Here we are working on tutorial 2. And in this particular tutorial, we're going to be using HTML tags. So I'm going to introduce you to more HTML tags, and this lesson will be a little more involved. So when you practice, you'll get some experience with some of the other tags. But there's many more tags than these. These are just some of the, I guess you can say, popular ones that are more used. So in the last tutorial, we talked about the doc type HTML. So if you haven't, you learned about that one. So that one defines the document type and version of HTML. We talked about the HTML tag in the last video, so you can go back to that. Talked about the head tag and the title tag, the style tag. We talked about the body tag. We talked about the div tag. So we got to talk a little bit about the header tags. We used the H1 tag in the last video. So in your last practice, you should have gotten some experience with that one. But the header tags go from H1 to H6. So the largest header tag is the H1. So as you go down to 6, they get smaller. The paragraph tag, we talked about that one in the last video. And now what we're gonna take a look at is the anchor tag. So with the anchor tag, this defines a hyperlink, which is a link to another web page or resource. So for example, if you wanted to put a link in your web page to another website or another place, you would just use the anchor tag. So the anchor tag starts with an A, and ahref is equal to, and then inside of quotes, you put the website that you want your link to go to. So you're going to get some practice with this one in the example today. So let's say, for example, you wanted to go to Microsoft.com. You will put in your https:// then Microsoft.com, or whatever page it is that you want to visit. That's where you would go with that particular link. So when at the end of the link, we see that is closed off. And this is where you can put words for your link. So you can write whatever words that you want to show on the page that they can click, and they can click that, and it will go to that particular link. The image tag, IMG. The image tag basically embeds an image in the document. So whenever you see pictures on a web page or throughout a website, they're all posted through the IMG tag. So the IMG tag allows you to put a picture on that particular website, and you have to have the file for the picture located somewhere. In a file in particular. So, you would go with your IMG, your source is wherever that, the SRC is your source, wherever the picture is located. So you're gonna go, in this particular case, I just put an example. So HTTPS, and then the place where the picture is located. So wherever you have your pictures located or your image is located, that is what you will put inside the double quotes for the source, SRC. And you can also put a name for your particular image there. So if you wanted a alternate name to show up in case there is some incident that the image doesn't show. If the image doesn't show, then it would show this ALT, which is alternate place, and you can type in whatever you want in that place. So if you, in this particular case, it says placeholder image, but whatever it is you want it to say if the image does not show up on the screen. UL tag is another tag. So the UL tag defines an unordered list, and an unordered list is basically when you want to list things without a particular order. So when you want to list things without a particular order, then that is how you would go about doing this. So here we start the opening tag UL, and we close it there, and then the things that you want to list, it'll have like a circle, a solid circle in front of each one of the listings. So here, LI is how we list the first item. We close it off with LI. Inside item 1, the next item, item 2. If you have more items, you would just continue on inside of this list. The OL is also a list, but that one is considered an ordered list. So in other words, if you have to number something, so the first thing will be numbered as 1, second thing will be numbered as 2, whatever you put as 3 will be numbered as 3, and so on. So, we talked about the table tag, but here we have a table tag. You're going to get some experience with that. And we have the form tag. A form allows you to collect information. For example, let's say you want people to sign up for your website, or sign up for whatever it is you want to send out, and you want them to sign up. So you can create a form to collect information, and that information will have to be saved somewhere, possibly to a database or to some other place. And as we go further ahead, we'll talk about more about how to collect information using a database or some other method of getting that information to you when users go to your website and type in their name and email to send, and so on. So that's what the form tags are about. We have semantic tags. So semantic tags clearly define their content, so making the structure of a web page more understandable. So, for example, in one semantic tag is the header tag. We have a navigation tag, so if you're creating a navigation at the top of your page, and we'll get all into this as we develop more into the series. So nav, and then section, footer. So those are just basically containers that you can create things inside. And we'll get into that more. But here's an example of how you would use it. The header, for example, will have the header content. A navigation will have navigation links. So up top of your page, you would have things like home button, page 1, page 2, and so on of your website. That's how you can create it in the navigation link. You can include things like audio video in your web page. So here's the tags for audio and video. So here, audio, video, and just to look at how it's used, we have audio controls here. And again, we always have to have the source of wherever the audio or video is located. So the audio will be in a particular file. You know, whatever file is in, we would have to put that directory, a directory to that there. So, and there's things about that you can do different settings. We won't get deep into all of that right now. You just want to be able to try to get some use of it right now to learn about some different tags. And then as we go along, we will build more elaborately. So here, things like block quotes and sites. You're going to get to practice all of this in the practice section that you're going to work on. So here's your introduction to it here that you'll read about, and then you'll go and you'll actually practice it just like you practiced in the last video there. So you have, in fact, let's go down to the section where you're actually going to write your HTML code. So this is where you're going to actually practice all of those concepts here. You're going to go here, you're going to start typing in the information to start practicing to build this particular web page. So in this web page, you'll see the basic structure that we talked about in the last video. The basic structure of an HTML page. And here is where you actually start to use some of the things that was discussed earlier. So when you write your content, HTML does not necessarily require these indents, but the indents keep the content looking formatted. So for example, you have your body tag. Inside your body tag starts with your header, so that it moves over. The margin moves over. Inside the header you have some things, so the margin moves over for those. So anytime you have something inside of another tag, you're going to move the margin over, so that way, you know, it looks like it's inside. So for example, here we have the UL tag. That UL tag has inside of it the list tags. So those list tags are what we're listing things that we want to use. And then inside of here, these have hyperlinks. So they're actually called anchors when we do this here. And you'll get to practice all of this inside of this page here. So when you build your page, you're going to do it in Notepad the same way that you started in your first lesson. When you create it in Notepad or whatever it is that you use to create that page, you can continue using that option to create a web page. And you will go through this lesson that you will find a link to on my page, my Facebook page, or however you're finding this video. You'll see the link to start practicing all of these different concepts and then create a web page that uses all of those concepts. Talk to you later.